nail friends, Courtney here, and today I want to show you how to do a neon glitter ombre. I've really been feeling the neons lately. I've done a couple of neon videos. They're really lifted my spirits, and so I've spent quite a bit of time sat at my nail desk just playing with the brightest colors that I have. I did this set the other day and I thought, I want to show you guys how I did it and give you a couple of tips and tricks that I discovered when I was doing it. So first I want to start off with this full ombre nail. I'll just set that there for now. So what I discovered when I was doing this is that if you don't lay down some colored gel polish first, the results are a little bit faded. And while this is pretty, it's really not rainbow and punchy and bold the way that I wanted it. So I did find laying down some colors first was the best way to go. So what I did was just paint my nail with some gel polish. I did a rough blend on the colors, just the same way as when I did my French ombre video the other day. When I did these, I just blended them roughly, just so that when I put the glitter over top, it doesn't have really harsh lines in between. So that's cured. I've done 2 layers of that, and now I want to go in with some top coat. That's not a top coat. I want to take some top coat and do a really thin layer over top of this tacky layer of color. And this is going to be what my glitter sticks to. So make sure you have even coverage, but not on the free edge because I don't want any glitter to be there. So I'm going to start with the color that's on the end. And I'm going to be using my fan brush to pick up the glitter. I just use the corner of the brush here and get a scoop onto it. And then I will be using my index finger to just tap the glitter off of the brush onto the nail. Obviously, the harder you tap with the more glitter that's on the brush, the more that's going to fall off. If you tap really lightly, then only a little bit of glitter is going to fall off. So in the beginning, I want there to be quite a high concentration of glitter in this area here. So I'm going to be focusing most of the glitter in that spot and make sure that it has full coverage in that area. Now there's not as much glitter on my brush. I'm going to start tapping so that it falls in the area where the green has been blended into the yellow. But I don't want a lot of glitter to fall because I want there to be space for some yellow to go there as well. So I'm only tapping lightly with my fingernail now like this. Oh, don't tap into my yellow. I'm not giving it a hard tap anymore because I don't want very much to fall. Then I'll get all the green off and I'm going to come in with the yellow. So now when I'm going over the blended area with the second color, some green has already fallen into the blended area, and so it doesn't really matter if I go heavy with the yellow. I can go heavy with the yellow and cover up the green because the green is already stuck on and the yellow is just going to come straight off when I tap the excess glitter off. And that will also help with your blend. I'm going to go in and go heavy up until I get to the area where it's blended with the orange. And then I'll just soften the amount of glitter that I have so that it's not really harsh line. And then I'll tap off the excess and do the same thing with the orange. Again, you can go really heavy over top of the yellow because when you tap it off, the yellow will remain and the orange will just fall off. On to pink. Isn't it beautiful? I love glitter. My husband hates glitter. I love it. Okay, here we go. Nearly done. This is beautiful. I'm feeling this. Okay, so there we go. That's how you do like a full nail glitter ombre. Once you're done applying the glitter, just take your finger and press it down gently. Make sure that it's all laying down and it's all been stuck into that wet layer of top coat. And then that's going to go in the light to cure for 60 seconds. In you go. Okay, so next let's look at the French. So when I did a French ombre in my last video with these nails, I laid down a white layer first. You don't have to do that, but I find it makes it a lot easier when you're trying to do your smile line, just because it's tricky to do with several colors. So I've already done this in white and cured it. Now I'm going to go in with my colors and just ombre them together exactly like I did with the other video. I'll put a link up here for you guys to check that out. I'll just speed through this because you've probably seen me do it already. Okay, once you have your colors laid and they're just lightly blended, I've not blended them as well as I did when I did the ombre look because this was the finished product and that needs to be perfect. This is having glitter put over it, so it's just really a quick blend just so that it's not harsh lines. So we're going to do the same thing that we did with the full cover nail and cover up the area of the colored bits with clear top coat. But first, I always forget this, and don't you forget this because this is important. You need to wipe off the nail because this part here is tacky, and so you need to wipe off the tacky layer. Okay, not forgotten to wipe off the tacky layer because if you don't, then the glitter will stick to the nude bit and you don't want that. So just make sure that it's all wiped off with alcohol and then dry and then go in with your top coat. Now I'm only putting it on the areas that I colored in. So those are the spots that the glitter is going to stick to. Just like in my chrome video, the chrome only sticks to the top coated bits. This is the same kind of idea. And so I get my fan brush and I'm gonna go in again with the green. This is a bit trickier, and if it were on a client, it would be trickier even still because their finger would be this way. And so you need to be able to position the nail in a way that's comfortable that you can get the glitter on. So don't worry too much if the glitter lands on this part of the nail here because you wiped it off with the isopropyl alcohol. And so that's going to just brush away when it's finished. So just go in with all your colors using the same kind of idea that we did on the full cover one to try and blend them together. Don't go heavy the whole way across. Start to lighten up your tapping and the amount of color that you have on the blended areas. It's a little bit trickier on this because it's a smaller area, but if you practice it a few times, then when it comes like time to do it on a human being, it's going to be pretty easy for you because you will have done it a few times. All right, last color. And that's going in the light for 60 seconds. Now then, when it comes out of the light, you're going to want to get rid of the excess glitter. So I'm using this little brush and just going along getting rid of any glitter that's stuck on. So you may have some bits like here where the glitter has gone past the smile line and it looks a little bit less neat, which is why I put the white lines around the edges. If you spent some time really perfecting that line with like a detail brush when you were applying your top coat, you wouldn't have this problem. But I didn't do that originally, so that's why I had to put the white line. You can also use a file if you wanted and go in there and try and scrape off any bits that aren't, or that are in a spot that you don't want them. They'll come away pretty easy because they're just laid onto top coat. Like that. So you can leave this raw, same as this one. It's kind of rough and jaggy. It does wear down a little bit over time, but overall it does stay like that. And I have had clients ask for raw glitter nails before, but it's not as popular as a top coated nail. So I'm going to show you how to top coat them. Here we go. When you're top coating glitter, you want to have a separate top coat because there are little particles that are going to infect your top coat. So make sure that you have a separate one that's just for glitter only, or have one that's for not glitter, and just have several that you've ruined by using on top of glitter like me. So I'm just going to go in with a thin layer to start, and I'm really working that into the glitter to make sure that all the little pieces are covered. And then I'll go in a little bit thicker. The thing with glitter and top coat is that you don't want to put a massively thick layer of top coat over top of it because it does dull it. I don't know why, but I have noticed if I put a really thick layer of top coat on, it makes the glitter not as shiny. So you can use a rubber top coat if you wanted to do just one layer, because rubber top coat is a lot thicker. But I'm not using a rubber top coat, I'm just using a regular one. So I'm going to do 2 layers. The first layer is just thin, and I've worked it into the glitter and then put on like a normal layer of top coat over top of it when it's still wet. That's going in the light. For the French is a little bit different because, go away, the part that has glitter on it obviously is going to be thicker than the part that doesn't. And it's only like 0.5 millimeter. It's not very much, but it does make a difference to the overall finish of the nail. So you want to make sure that you apply more top coat to this area than you do to this area. So the way we're going to do that is by doing the top coat on the glitter area first, in just the same way that we did on the full cover nail. I have to turn my light away because it's shining on me. So here we go. I'm going to work it into just the glittered area. I'm not going to go thick. I'm going to just work it in, and then that will seal any loose bits of glitter. And then that's going straight in the lamp for 60 seconds. Get in there. Okay, now this one, check it when it comes out of the lamp with your finger and just see how rough it's feeling. This isn't too bad. I can feel a spot there that's a bit scratchy, but overall it is a good finish. If it's really scratchy and you have big pieces of glitter jagging out, you may want to take a file and just lightly go over them like that, just so that they're not so far protruded. And you can also go on the sides because sometimes the glitter gathers there and that's just a rough, horrible feeling. So that's ready for the second layer of top coat now. I'm going to brush away the dust from the file. So again, I'm just going to do a top coat, just a normal top coat, and see how we go with that. Sometimes you need a third layer of top coat depending on a lot of things, but generally 2 is going to be enough. Okay, go in the light. Now, the French. This is really rough because I didn't do a very thick layer on that at all. I just wanted to seal it in. So what I'm going to do now is go over the entire nail with top coat, but I'm going to build kind of an apex here with the top coat. It's not going to be a thick apex. It's only going to be like a micron thick as this glitter here. So I'm going to start at the top and just put a really thin layer over the entire nail. And that's going to give me like a slip layer, something for the top coat to just slide over top of. So you can see how it's thicker on the smile line and how the light is reflecting, and it's not a smooth reflection. So we want to fix that. Let me get rid of that thing. So now I'm going to take a good healthy blob of top coat, and I'm just going to go in the middle of the nail here and lay that down. And so that's going to just kind of spread over the nail and create a little apex. I'm also going to hold it upside down just so that it draws the top coat into the center of the nail and will make that nice little apex that you want. You could use a hard gel for this, or like a builder gel, a rubber top coat would be fine as well, but I'm just using a regular top coat. So I'm just checking to make sure that the line is where I want it to be, and it wasn't. So I'm fixing that by applying a little bit more top coat in the area that I want it to sit. And so you can see now that the reflection is a lot better. So I'm just going to hold that upside down and then put it into the light straight away once I'm happy. And that's it. So let's feel this. That's nice and smooth now. I like it. Done deal. This is the full set. So when I was doing it, I just got lost in blending the colors. I love blending colors. And so I created this, and I thought you guys might want to know how I did it. It might not be very obvious. So I have a plain nail here that I'm gonna do the design on, and I'll just stop talking when I do that. And if you want to hang around and watch me create that, you're more than welcome. If you want to crack on with your day, you have a good day, and I'll see you in the next video. So if you guys enjoyed this, give me a big thumbs up and let me know in the comments. I love talking to you. If you recreate any of these designs, please tag me on Instagram with Big C Little C, or on Facebook at Nails by Courtney. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.